Welcome everyone. James with Team Finish Strong. Here getting ready to re-enter the racing scene again after a little hiatus. Actually more than a little hiatus, I guess, huh? It's been a little while. But I'm really glad to be racing tonight. Going to try what I would consider an entry-level event for the CCAT. It's the ZHQ Futureworks anti-sandbagging race at Crit City. And it's a short race, just 6 laps, I think. So it'll be done before you know it. So don't tune away. You might end up missing the whole event. It's going to be quick. And part of the reason for that is me trying to reintroduce myself back into more competitive racing. Last couple months have been a challenge for me. I've turned 51 this year, and I'm finding that not all the parts are working as they always have in the past. So you have to learn how your body is changing and adapting as it gets older. And I think that for me, racing is probably going to be something I'm going to have to do when I sense that it's right for me to do physiologically, which is going to be less so than it used to be, unfortunately. Greg, good to see you. Hey, I'm doing okay. Coming back. This is considered a trial, I guess, if you will, for me to see how my body responds to more competitive racing. Trying a short event today, as I was saying. So I think this is an ideal scenario for me in terms of what I can reach for. I'm certainly going to be honest with you guys. I probably lost some fitness on my FTP. Most certainly have done that. My sprint seems to be okay. I haven't lost really my top end power, and I've been able to kind of continue to work on that on and off as I'm able. But hopefully I'll be able to keep up with the Peloton to be able to do something at the finish of tonight's event. So, so that being said, let me go ahead and head on over to the event. I don't think there's a lot of people in the crowd, so I don't think there's much to worry about in terms of placing in the pen. But I'm worried about a couple of things. I'm worried about my longevity at power tonight. Concerned about that, and I'm concerned about getting out of the starting gates okay with power and being able to hold that for the minute or so that we typically see in these events. Well, I definitely lost some fitness. So, oh, this is a Sterzo event, enabled event. Well, thank you, Zwift. Well, if they all take the inside corner and leave me out of the draft, you guys know what's going to happen to me. Whew, I'm going to head backwards really quick. So, we'll see. We got quite a few people in this seat pen today. Not very many showing up on Zwift Power, but of course that can change in the last few minutes. So like I've been saying, I've really had to listen to my body. During the summer, as you guys may have been following, I was training for a very long endurance event this fall. And because how my body was responding to the training, I was not able to do that event the way I wanted. I wanted to do the full Grand Fondo, and it just looked like it was not going to happen for me. I still participated, but with a very abbreviated version. But I did pretty well. Yeah, I'm going to try, Greg. It's all about whether or not these legs have enough watts in them tonight, sustained watts in them, to stay in the draft. I know these races are usually quick, even on the longer races at 6 laps. They're probably going to peg it right near the top of the category limits. Oddly enough, Zwift Power says I might be over category, so I don't know. I don't think I'll be DQ'd. I can't possibly do more than 3.2, maybe 3.3 on when I was at my peak watts per kilogram in these types of races. So I don't think I have that to worry about. I don't think my finishing sprint will disqualify me either. So we'll see. But I gotta play it by ear. And if I've got to cut loose, like I did on one event earlier this year, I just got to cut loose and terminate the event, and that's what I've got to do tonight too. So I don't expect it to. I wouldn't be here racing tonight if I didn't think I am fully ready for this. So we will see. We will see. Lord willing. Lord willing, I will be able to. It's good to see that the gear's all working right. For the first time in a while, I think YouTube's been streaming properly. So I think I actually got people watching me tonight. So that's great. Good to have you all. Feel free to join the chat if you want. We got 6 minutes. You can ask questions or you can post comments. And I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have, whether it be about Zwift or about trainers. A lot of channel questions coming in lately about the new kicker. So if you have any questions about the new kicker V5, let me know. I can ask. I mean, I can give you as much information as I can. Just to kind of put a little plug in about that, I did a race. I think it was my first race or my second race after getting the kicker. I did dual recording. So my primary recording in Zwift was with the kicker, and my pedals were doing the secondary, and it tracked really well. 20-minute power was perfecto. And then there was very small margins of difference between the pedals and the trainer as you go up in power, and the sprint was a little disappointing, I will say. The kicker had softened my sprint to the tune of between 50 and 100 watts. And I've seen that on some free riding that I've been doing, where I've been doing some sprinting. I've seen it soften my sprint a little bit too. So I'm using the pedals tonight as my primary, so I can get all the power that I am putting into those pedals out. And but otherwise, it's a great trainer. Super quiet. You guys don't hear any noise anymore. None of that grinding sounds that I had with the Duretto. ultra smooth, a really good cassette that's on there. It comes with a cassette, so I'm very happy with it. Just wish I could have given it more use in the fall here. Maybe I will be able to going forward. So Greg, good to see you again. I've been seeing out there in Zwift on Strava. You've been pretty consistent out there. I've seen you doing anything. Anybody, or Greg, you can answer as well. Trying any of these multitude of events that's going on, whether it be the Racing League or some of the other events. How many of you tried out for Zwift Academy? I knew I was going to pass that one by. That requires a good bit of commitment to finish up. But hopefully, even if the racing doesn't quite work out for me, if I can't race or I can't race as often as I would like, I'll probably still do some easy group rides, 2.0 watts per kilogram and below. Space them out sometimes during the weeks, especially in the winter when as things get dark here and we can't do a lot of outdoor riding during the week. I'd be happy to launch some more virtual group rides like we did earlier in the year, and I believe maybe even we started that last year. So I'd be happy to do that. If you do, let me know in the chat or in the comments if that's an interest for you, and we'll go ahead and make arrangements to get that started up. Sonia, hey sweetie, good to see you in the chat. So I would love to do some group riding again in Zwift. I think the only thing that's been holding me back is being able to be consistent about it. So the next couple of weeks will kind of help me gauge whether or not I can consistently do that week on end, week in, week out. All right. Well, as you know, guys, I always get nervous for these races. I always get nervous for these things. There's nothing but a virtual badge that's at the end of it, but I always get nervous anyway. So we'll see. All right, I gotta get my head in the game here pretty soon. Yeah, Greg, good that you mentioned about the partner bots. I tried it once or twice too. They seem pretty interesting, and a great way for beginners to get some extra drops if you're looking to get some choice rides. Gosh, with something like that, I think people eventually will be able to, especially newer Zwifters just coming into the game, probably be able to afford every bike in the game, which is great. You get your pick. Have a full garage. Zwift's been coming up with some neat ideas, and as far as the racing is concerned, I'd really like to see the boost mode expanded a little bit, more offerings of that. I did have a chance to do a boost mode race instead of this one tonight, but I figured this one will limit the category to just C participants a little bit better than the other one. And I really need that right now more than I need to play around. But who knows? I might join in a boost mode race soon. That was very fun the last time I did that. Very fun. Greg, I appreciate it, man. From here on out, less talking with my mouth and more with my legs. Right on. Thank you, thank you. Don't want to blast out too fast and encourage them to go crazy. Now to try and split it. Last chance to latch on. Let's see if that was a good choice. Can't close it. Tough, tough, tough. A little late. Oh well. I'm out of practice. Looks like second place. Due to the disqualifications, or hopefully disqualifications. Technically, you finish before 20 minutes. I don't know how that's going to work out. Won't be much of a anti-sandbagger if all those folks have their event credited. Oh, that hurt. I'm not gonna mince words here. That hurt at the end. That hurt a lot. So, I don't know. We're probably gonna have to keep these races somewhat infrequent. Shorter is not easier. That's for sure. All right. Oh. Well, guys, hey, appreciate it, Greg. Thank you, John. Oh. I'm not used to this, I'll tell you that. Whew. All right. Well, my head's finally starting to come back to life here. In my chest, I can breathe again. Whew. I'll tell you. Well, so I'll try to post races as I'm able. I'll have to think about the next one, though. It might be a little bit different than that one. Those race leaders were all over category. And anti-sandbagging didn't really pull them out of the race. So that wasn't much of a help there. So Zwift, I think we got a little more tweaking to do here. Oh. All right, hey Greg, catch you around. Take care. We'll try to get some group rides going again. All right, for everyone else, have a wonderful evening. Take care. God bless. And as always, finish strong.